Welcome to Judge Mo's show today, 8 o'clock UK time. We're live here. I know, it's mad today, it's madness. No one predicted me to be presenting the show today, but we've got a lot to talk about. I don't know where. So we'll start with Man City versus Palace. I know it's a shock result. The whole world is shocked. I'm holding my head. I'm still in pain. I will welcome yourselves, guys, and I've got here Hamza here. I can't believe it, lads, man.
So let's see what Hamza. People, welcome to Footy Judge Mode. 200 people right off the bat. Hit that like button. Watch this.
European champions. I have drawn to Crystal Palace being 2-0 up. Am I dreaming? Yo! What's the point, man? Even I can't even take even the guitar cannot help me. Fucking hell. Even the guitar, wallahi, I can't even. Wallahi, I can't even the guitar. Wallahi, I can't believe it. I swear to God. Wallahi, this is such embarrassing. Wallahi, this is embarrassing. I can't take it now. I can't. No. How do you get a 2-0 lead? How? We're not Liverpool. I'm not Arsenal.
Listen, people, this has been absolutely phenomenal. Listen, hit that like button for us. And let's dive into the game. I told you, people, Man City aren't the same. Don't look the same. Their defense is leaky, way leaky. Players are walking on the pitch, overconfident. Phil Foden trying to not make people. Bernardo Silva thinks that the referee is going to give him the call. Edison, justice was served. Edison should have been sent off clearly. Don't give me any excuses. Last man. It's not even last man with a goalkeeper in goal. Edison, last player on the pitch, taking down Mateta, and the referee completely ignores it. Gives him a yellow card. If Edison doesn't tackle Mateta, wide open goal. But no. We're giving Edison a yellow card. Well, Van Dijk against Newcastle got a red card where there was still a goalie behind him. But no, people want to tell me Edison wasn't last man. Diaz was going to catch up. The pictures are clear. That was an absolutely garbage call. But again, justice served. And Hamza's here, talk about the football. And I watched some of his stream. A lot of Manchester City fans are in meltdown. Why? Because they say the club hasn't done enough. Pep Guardiola is trying to find the right combination. Now, Phil Foden today played in the middle, provided an assist. But what happened after this? Manchester City are in big trouble. You want to tell me they start slow? This is not slow. This is 16 games in. Manchester City tomorrow can be 6 points behind Liverpool. Tomorrow, when Liverpool win against Man United, it's not if, it's when. Manchester City will be 6 points behind Liverpool. Liverpool, who lost one game, and we know what happened in that game against Newcastle. This Manchester City team isn't the same. Don't tell me triple winner. Don't tell me Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola is struggling. You can see it on his face. You can see him talking to the players. He doesn't know what to do. Hamza, listen, bro. You fucked up. Your board fucked up. Big time. Sorry, against Spurs. Liverpool, correction. Sorry, I misspoke. Against Spurs. Yes. But Hamza, your board fucked up. It might be too late by the time you kick back in gear. It might be too late, Hamza. Talk to the people. What is happening at Manchester City? The mighty Manchester City. Anyone, Staffy, you can come in. Tell me what is happening.
I just wanted to ask Hamza before he starts, any waka wakas today or no? So when I saw the guitar, Hamza, I was like, Hamza, I don't think you need a guitar to play the Shakira song, but fair enough if that's how you want to play it. But I just want to make sure, Hamza, before we talk about football, any TikToks today? Any talk about United, and all these teams? Are you going to deflect to Arsenal?
Yeah.
Are you going to deflect to Chelsea? I just want to know, bro. Just asking, Hamza. I'm asking for a friend,
I want no deflection. I want concentrating on. I don't want you to mention another team while you talk about your own team. Do you know?
Don't tell me Arsenal, today. Don't tell me Liverpool.
Don't mention
it's Manchester City, bro.
Yeah, Man City all the way.
Yeah, it's Manchester City. 2-0 up, cruising. That should have never happened.
Nope.
It should have never happened.
Wouldn't have happened last season. Wouldn't have happened.
Hamza, what was the song saying? Those bottle jobs did it again. That's 5 games in the last 6 where you bottled it. Were you singing about City when you did that? Because I do remember seeing Arsenal there.
Bro, we've won 2 games in 6. We've won more games than you in 6. Come on, man.
Listen, I got a surprise. I got a surprise.
I want to start.
I got a surprise for you before you start. I have a surprise for you. Someone who specifically came to this stream, Hamza, to not let you deflect. To not let you deflect. He's right here. No deflections today. No deflections. We can't hear it. But Hamza, talk to me with
Hello, Hamza. Any deflection, you will be interrupted today. Big up to the panel, first of all. Big up my guy, Staffy. Big up Footy Judge Mo. Make sure guys are liking and subscribing. Big up Winter Surfer, here to surf actually during the winter. Big up the guy on the top left. Never worked with you before. Big up to
Philip,
you, my brother.
Newcastle United coming in.
Tactics TV. Thank you, sir.
Big up. Nice to meet
Hamza,
you.
Talk to
Hamza,
me
let me explain something to you. Before you sing the song, any deflection, you have me, Surfer, Staffy, Mo, and my Newcastle friend I just met to interrupt you directly. You can speak as much as you want. You deflect to any of our clubs, you're going to get violated.
We're going to press on you like that Palace penalty.
Today you're getting gegenpressed. Go ahead.
You're not going to get away like Edison get away with that.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, listen, I've never played in my guitar in my life, but I thought, I'm going through a bad patch. So I just want to dedicate this to all the Man City fans. Samina, waka waka, we might come back and win the league. Let's get united and win. Samina, waka waka, Sorry, I've never played the guitar. But all I see people is they do this whatever it is, but they hit on the strings and it works. I don't know how it comes out banging song. For me, it didn't. This is exactly what happened today. Listen. I'm going to take you back to the memory lane because I'm talking to City fans.
Here we go.
I'm taking you back to the memory lane. When we won the league with Aguero moment, we made an error. Remember I said it to you. You'll never get it anywhere else unless you went through that patch. We got rid of Nigel de Jong, AC Milan. We got Javi Garcia. We then went and got Jack Rodwell. Then we refused to sign Van Persie for extra £1 million. Yeah, extra.
Thank you.
And we go and got Scott Sinclair. That's what bad recruitment will cost you. What happened? Ferguson won the league. Because you believed, you chilled out. You thought, it's okay to lose Nigel de Jong. It's okay, I can get Javi Garcia or Scott Sinclair or Jack Rodwell. Listen, 100%. Today has shown exactly what I've been saying for a long time. No more excuse. And I'll come back to sorry, Hussam, don't mute me for this. I'm telling City.
Mute you. How can Hussam mute you? This is not
Liverpool.
he thought this was Spaces,
the guy is traumatized. He's traumatized.
He thought it was Spaces.
Liverpool.
He said a name, Mu'min. I promise you, if anyone is 23 or younger, they would not know him. No one here knows Jack Rodwell.
Jack Rodwell, the skinny guy.
Everton player. No one remembers.
You understand that guy? And Scott Sinclair, what a joke. But now we're the Manchester City. We're the Champions League winner. We're the treble winner. Not many clubs have ever done what we did. Guess what we do? Liverpool, Klopp knew he's weak. He went and signed 4 midfielders. 4 midfielders. Endo, Gravenbach, McAllister, Szoboszlai. What did we go and sign? We lose the best midfielder in the world, probably. The second or third, top 4 best midfielder in the world. We go and get a guy that's fighting 12th position at Chelsea. Yeah, who's injury prone to replace a top 4 player. It's a learning lesson. You listened to the rivals. We've been cutting our tree so much, yeah, that now the tree is leaning back. But you can put it back in. It's okay. Yeah?
Yeah.
We cut Sterling out. No replacement. We said, oh, we got Sterling, we won the league. Yeah? Okay. We cut Cancelo out. We said, yo, no, we can win the league. We've cut players out that now if you look at our bench, it's a joke. It's a joke. Now City fans have united. They've known. They've now realized. I'm so glad. City fans have now realized, no. I'll tell you why. There's some players that we cannot drop because the quality is not on the bench. We can't rest them. We cannot drop them because the quality in the bench is not that strong. Mo's right. How can we bottle it? Forget today, Mo.
No. Hold on. I think you're wrong. Today you had on the bench John Stones, Manuel Akanji, Mateo Kovacic, Matias Nunes. These are 4 players.
Who's the other guy? Name the other guys.
It doesn't matter, but these are good enough. It's supposed to be these players. At least, why is John Stones coming on the pitch at minute 90? 92.
95.
Why?
95.
Why? Where is Mateo Kovacic? Champions League winner. Where is Matias Nunes that everybody wanted? Right? Where are these players? Why is he playing? Rico Lewis played good today. He couldn't see out the game. Right? Your manager, this is on Pep Guardiola. Like Liverpool fans last year said it was on Klopp alongside the owners of not signing. Your owners sign players. The reality is Manchester City owners sign players. Matheus Nunes is 60 million pounds.
Yep.
Kovacic, you signed him for 25 million pounds just because he had 1 year left.
Matheus Nunes costs just as much as Szoboszlai, by the way.
Guardiola cost 80 million pounds, not euros. 80 million pounds, not euros. You don't tell me you don't have signings. You did. It's your manager
Doku.
who chose these players, not us, not you as a fan. It's not you. Kovacic was the face of the club in Japan. Guardiola, you told us, is the best defender since sliced bread. Right? He was all right today.
We were on a stream, me and Taffy. He said better than Saliba.
I swear to God, you guys are the one who told us Matheus Nunes is one of the better midfielders in the league. You guys said he's a better signing than Szoboszlai.
Yep.
A lot of Man City fans said that, which is not wrong because Liverpool wanted Matheus Nunes. Chelsea wanted Matheus Nunes. Man United fans wanted Matheus Nunes. And you got him at the end. You got Matheus Nunes. It's your manager. It's his responsibility to mold the player. How come Szoboszlai was molded right away? How come McAllister was molded right away? Matheus Nunes played in the Premier League. He's not coming from the Portuguese league. Is he?
Listen. Okay, let me just explain.
2 years in the Prem.
I've never said anything bad about McAllister, despite him having bad games for Liverpool. Why? Because I'm not a hypocrite. I wanted him at Brighton. Yeah, I've never said it. In fact, I called it one of the great transfers of the season because he got him for 35. I've never come out for McAllister. People said, "Oh, McAllister was one of the worst players this season." I never say anything. I say, "Yo, I understand, but I will never come for players." Nunes, I don't blame him. Listen to me again. I will never blame Nunes because why? He's come from Wolves.
What?
He's come from Wolves. Yeah. Is Wolves a club that will win in Premier League?
So what does that have to do with anything?
No, 1 second. This is what. See,
It's a
what you want me to go back to basic?
brain
Okay, let
fart.
me go back to basic. We lost Gundogan. Who was Gundogan's quality replacement?
Tick. Hamza bingo. Gundogan mentioned. Hamza bingo.
All right.
There it
Okay.
is.
So
There it is.
why it's our problem? Okay, hold on.
8:25
So we
PM.
got it wrong. Recruitment got it wrong. Fact.
All right.
Fact. They have
But
to
I
agree.
thought your manager
No.
can turn water into wine.
He can.
You know why Hamza's the biggest waffler in
He
this?
can.
One second.
Because
Ya akhi,
Liverpool
stop waffling.
finished
No,
fifth.
because now we have to intervene.
They
This is
struggled to
intervention.
finish.
I think we
Yeah,
give you
one
enough.
second.
We give you enough screen time,
Anyone?
Hamza.
Okay, let me ask Footy Judge Mo. Footy Judge Mo, you support Inter Milan. You have nothing to do with me or with any of these clubs. Simple question. Would you take Endo or Kovacic?
Kovacic,
Would you take Endo or Matheus Nunes?
Matthias Nunes, 100%.
Okay. That alone, right here, this season, I didn't make any excuses. Endo started for me the last 4-5 games. He played against Brentford. He played against Fulham. Hell, he even came on against Manchester City. He played my last game against Crystal Palace. That's Endo right there. A 30-year-old midfielder who played in the Bundesliga that almost got relegated. Mateo Kovacic is someone who's a Champions League winner. If you ask Winter Surfer, all the Chelsea fans, they would have told you his problem is his injury prone. His problem is not what he does on the pitch.
We told you
So,
that.
also, this guy always talks about
You didn't tell
standards.
me that.
If Staffy, 1 second, if Staffy tomorrow loses 5-0 and tells you, oh, we need players in January, you'd be like, Manchester United fans making excuses. Let's talk about what
Oh,
the
I'm
fuck
gonna
happened
get to
on the-
that. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
thank
get
you.
to that.
Let's talk about what the fuck happened on the pitch today. Man like Phil Foden, man like Ruben Diaz, the stripper, because he's been stripping the last 5 game weeks. Man like Ake, who's kept getting dunked on in the back post. And Rodri's performance once again today. Can we talk about those? Phil
Yeah,
Foden
definitely.
today had the ball, dribbled it right into the Palace player, got back, kicked the other Palace player in his own penalty box. Can we talk about what the fuck actually happened? Why did John Stones not come on earlier or 2-0 up? Even when it was 2-1, okay, Palace scored 1, I bring on Stones to sure things up. Why didn't that happen? Are you going to address the actual things on the pitch or are you going to give us a sad story now?
Let me tell you something. 1 second. They had 2 chances. Yeah, no, they had 1 chance. They had 1 chance. Yeah,
They have
That one
XG more than you.
yeah. They had 1 chance. One
No.
chance.
No, Mateta was 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper doesn't take him down with the goal.
Better
No,
than
but
red card.
No,
No,
don't do that. Hamza,
One second,
Hamza,
no,
that was a
no.
clear cut
No, that
chance.
was it
Your
wasn't,
goalkeeper
That
took
was-
him down. It's 100% a goal.
No, it wasn't a fan. No way. 100% it wasn't.
How come?
I tell you why.
Because it's
if
Man
he
City,
passes-
Mo. So they
You
can't
know
do
why?
wrong.
He takes 2 things. He takes the ball away.
No, he
Number
doesn't.
2, it's not that. I tell you what makes not a red card. It's easy. It's easy. He goes past him. Ruben Diaz covers up. So
Yeah,
it's not
Ruben
he
Diaz is
doesn't.
behind
No, he
him in the
doesn't.
picture.
He doesn't. Oh my
Oh
God,
my
the
God,
lies.
Ruben Diaz is
he
behind
takes
him.
it away. He takes it away. It's not a red card. Cry me a river, you frauds.
Oh, wait, listen, hold on. Now you're on your. You know what? I'm
Cry me a
focused with
river.
you now. Now you piss me off. Now you piss me off
Cry
because
me a river,
I'm-
you frauds. Because
no. You know what? You cry as a river. No, Hamza. You cry as a river. Talking about your
Ruben Diaz.
recruitment.
He
Yeah.
said Ruben Diaz. Ruben
Yeah, but
Diaz
he
is gonna
goes
get the
past
ball.
him, but Ruben Diaz
Ruben
covers.
Diaz 2 steps behind the ball. Ruben
but
Diaz.
hold on.
Ederson doesn't take him out. Clear
But
goal.
he
Ruben
kicks
Diaz
away.
is gonna recover. You're
No,
assuming.
the only reason
You're
because
assuming.
wait, Mo. Let me
assumption.
cook these guys. Hold on. Let me cook these Man City fans
That's a
because they've been
lie.
pissing me off.
No.
Sometimes to
That's
get
the
the
rule
goal.
of the game, man. You can't. We
Wait,
can't
one
change the rules
second.
of the game because to
One
suit
second,
Liverpool
Mo.
Football Club. Because to suit Liverpool Football Club, because they've been crying
What
so
does that
much.
have to do with
And
Liverpool?
you-
Liverpool's the great
Let me
team.
Mo. Let me
Let me
answer this guy. Let me answer this guy. Hold on,
Let me
man.
let Staffy
Let
talk.
me
Come
let me
on.
answer this guy.
Oh, come on.
You guys are such hypocrites. You're such hypocrites because I've seen Man City fans all day saying, "Oh, he took the ball away from the goal, so
yeah.
because he's not looking at the goal, it's not a red." How can I reach the goal if I have to go around the goalkeeper? Are you pretending? Are we really pretending that the Dutch didn't go wide because he's going across the goalkeeper? He's getting hold on, man. He's getting past the goalkeeper. If he passes the goalkeeper, he has an empty net. Just because technically, you know what? If I'm running this way and the goal's to my left because I know I can whip a shot in because I have that strike, does that mean that I'm not about to shoot on goal because I'm looking this way? No, it doesn't. It's very normal for players to not be facing the frame of the goal while attempting to either shoot or go across the goalkeeper or go across the defender. This is absolute bullshit because now it means every time someone gets fouled or whatever, we're not going to give it because, his body was facing the outside, not the inside of the frame of the goal. That's absolute bullshit. And you're sitting here having the audacity telling us, cry me a river. You sat here and you're talking to me about Scott Sinclair and Jack Rodwell, and you're telling me and you're telling the panel to cry me a river. You're a fraud, Hamza. You're a fraud and you're a liar. And I'll tell you why. There was a video of you last week. Hold on. No, you're a fraud, and I'll tell you why you're a fraud. If you let me speak, and I'll tell you why. Last week, I saw a video of you on Twitter. Someone retweeted it, and then you retweeted it again. I don't know if you deleted it or I just couldn't find it. You were watching a City game, and when they were putting the lineup, you know, when they show like the starting 11, and they show the graph of the players, you were saying, baby Ronaldinho, baby Gascoigne, baby Busquets. Everyone on that team, you call them a baby something and you name the legend. But now when you lose, I've been telling Man City fans, I can't lower my standard. We must sign this player, we must sign that player. But when I do that, Hamza, you say it's deflection. You say we don't want to call out the players. Yes. You say you don't want to call out the manager. In addition, by the way, today your fans at full time, not only was the stands emptying up at 2-2, you weren't losing. Your stands were emptying up at 2-2. They were booing. They were booing your players at 2-2. But when my players lost when my team lost 3-0 to Bournemouth and they booed, you said we're plastic fans, we're glory hunters. Explain why you're sitting here today after rating all these players highly. You want to make excuses to cover for Pep. By the way, Pep, you said you trust him, but now you're calling out his recruitment. How come when it's Klopp, when it's Arteta, when
74
I already know? Do you know what? It wasn't a 2-2, Hamza. It wasn't a 2-2, Hamza. It wasn't a 2-2. Hamza, it wasn't a 2-2. I already know that, Hamza. Why are you showing me a picture that I already said? I said I acknowledge it. I said you called us out for booing our players and leaving early when your fans today booed after a draw, not a loss, a draw. Okay? And you're sitting here, Hamza, and you never criticize your manager. You criticize Klopp, you could criticize Ten Hag, you criticize Arteta, you criticize Poch, you criticize Eddie Howe, but you'll never criticize Pep. You know why? Because he's the only excuse for you, Hamza. He brought in these players, and you believed them in it first. And now you want to sit here and call him out. If it was anyone else, you would have said, you know what? He has no talent ID. I've seen you so many on Spaces. So many times on Spaces, you say talent ID, talent ID, talent ID. Why did your manager think that getting rid of Gundogan, getting rid of Laporte, getting rid of what's his name, Mahrez, and you bring in these players, and everyone told me, no, it's okay. City are gonna go on a 15-winning run, and I said, no, it's not gonna be the same thing because they're not the same players. And now you guys are waking up to reality, and instead of calling out the manager, you just want to make excuses and complain about recruitment. I didn't hear you complain about recruitment when you won a treble. I didn't hear you complain about recruitment when you went 3 in the back. So call out the manager.
And by the way, just to prove Staffy's point, let me just say one thing.
I need to do this.
Let me just say one thing just to prove what Staffy's saying. You're 100% correct. When Hamza went to the terrace earlier on and Winter Surfer was there in the background, what did he tell him? Oh, so Pep has no control. Now we're gonna sit up here and all lie and act like Pep has no say in transfers.
The most control out of any
you guys want to get me Kovacic? No problem. Can we stop lying? Obviously, Pep was involved. Obviously, Pep was involved. And Hamza's problem is as follows. He will not criticize Pep, and at the same time, he will not criticize the players. If you're coming into this channel right here, right now, you don't give a fuck about Jack Rodwell. You don't give a fuck about Scott Sinclair, about Jolyon Lescott, about other City players from 20 years ago. You don't even know who they are. No one gives a fuck, respectfully. Let's talk about the players today on the pitch. Ake, Guardiola, Diaz, Ederson should have been sent off. Rodri's shit performance. Phil Foden, stinker. Hamza, listen to me, Professor Hamza. You have been relegated to teacher. You're teacher now. You're no longer professor. Because if Bukayo Saka today had the performance that Phil Foden had, you'd have given us 45-minute monologue. 45-minute monologue.
Had a very good
Have
game.
some shame, Arsenal fans. That's what you would have started with.
Yeah.
No, Phil Foden had a good game.
Talk about your fucking players now.
Okay.
No. Hold on. I'm gonna let you talk. I need to do the super chats. Nilutpal Data saying Sami Manuel Waka City are bottle jobs. They have done it again. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
you didn't want
for
to sing
super
one, that Hamza. That's the one you want to
Hamza doesn't
sing.
want to sing it. Listen, people, there's 950 of viewers, and can we get the likes up a little bit? We're not even on 300 likes. Come on, people. Faisal Ali is saying Hamza graduated from Club School of Blame. What a super chat. Faisal is saying Moses, City will crumble once Pep leaves. They are crumbling when Pep is here. Give me a break, Faisal. They are crumbling when Pep is here. Partha is saying, Hamza, man, a song for you while my guitar gently weeps. Thank you so much for the super chat. Christopher is saying, Hamza, let's have a conversation about Croatian Indo and Brazilian Onana. He really compared Onana to Edison. Love. Oh my God. Thank you for the super chat. Absolutely brilliant. Javel is saying Hamza putting people to sleep with his waffle. Well, he's trying though. But Hamza is trying. We're going to give him the mic a little bit. Man City, Danny here is saying Man City and Chelsea, kings of haram football. Chelsea was dire.
Leave us alone. We won today.
Dire today, Chelsea, to be honest with you. Nilo Pal is saying Hamza is telling that Pep is listening to Rivals and Spaces and YouTube and buying players. Seriously, Hamza, come on.
No,
Yeah, he's not.
You know, Mo, when he went on the terrace, he's like, oh, this is all the problem, the fault of me and Staffy and Winter Surfer and the Newcastle fan. Can I catch your name? I don't want to keep calling you Newcastle.
Philip.
It's Philip.
Philip. And Mo's fault because apparently Pep was like on our YouTube streams and he heard us say City have a good squad, so he didn't buy anyone. This is his fucking logic.
Yeah.
Well, I have some shit.
Nilo Pal is saying, Hamza, are you telling me that Pep cannot work with average players? Simple question. Greatest managers or checkbook managers? Simple answer, Hamza. Answer the super chat. Can he work with these players? Can Pep Guardiola work with these players? Can you win the league with these players?
Yeah, he's the only guy that can win it.
With these players?
No,
so you don't need signing in January.
No manager can ever win with average players. No.
But you signed 220 million euros players.
No, but no one can sign with average players. No one. No one would ever. Even
so he can't work with these players.
Yeah. No, he can't.
Partha saying fraud. It ain't Gundogan.
He just said he can, but then he said he can't. What the hell am I the only one who caught that?
Yeah,
he said Pep is the only one that can work with average players, but then he said he can't win with average players. Wallah, Hamza, you're confused. Put the guitar down, Habibi. Drink some water. Get some oxygen up in your brain so you can focus on what you're saying. Because you're moving out here like the B-Tech Billy Ray Cyrus with that guitar, but you got no tune. You got no good tune on the pitch and on the stream.
Gandagan or Gundogan, I don't know. Hamza's 3 saying Hamza, Guardiola costing us all these big games.
Better than Saliba, huh?
No, he didn't.
What do you mean no?
He
was good going forward. He's not. That's what I mean. Man City fans are praising Guardiola for going forward. What about his defending?
Yeah, what about his job?
He didn't cost us today. There's no way Guardiola cost us today. It was only there's the one reason what happened today, and it was completely the midfield and the players. I think
Diaz is dancing on the pitch, ballet. Diaz is like Diaz on the pitch. What is happening here? Literally, Diaz was dancing on the pitch.
Let me explain it. Listen,
can I finish this and then I'll let you explain? Mr. K saying Hamza player from Wolves can be made world class. Look at Robertson. Are you saying Pep can't do anything with them? By the way, Klopp is bigger than Pep. You never walk alone. Robertson, I'm telling you, Robertson.
A guy finishes 5th. Are you joking? Have some.
Hamza Street saying Mo, please give us your analysis on Guardiola.
You're currently 5th, Habibi, below Villa.
No, we're 4th.
Oh my!
He's good going forward.
We will never finish 5th. Pep is too good. He's not Klopp.
Pep also has an open checkbook.
He's not going to be Klopp.
Let me do this. Will is saying, did we witness the resurrection of typical City? That's a good one. Now it's like you're dropping points, like left and right. Chelsea. We'll talk about Chelsea. Spurs. What else? Wolves. Come on.
Villa.
Cool guy 80 here is saying, as a City fan, I agree with our rivals that Pep did not make the changes early. He needs to start making the right subs at the right time, else we lose the advantage in the game. Hamza, calma my ass. You can be you can be 6 points, people. You can be 6 points behind Liverpool tomorrow. You can't. You will be 6 points when Liverpool whip Man United's ass. It's not when. It's
why
not.
Why are you making this about United? Why do you keep doing
I'm
this?
not. It's not about you. It's an easy game for them.
But Mo, they also go away to the Club World Cup, so there could be more points behind. I know they have a game in hand, There could be more points behind
Hamza,
when they return against
I
Everton.
dare you to come back empty-handed from the World Cup.
Al Ahly is
Wallahi.
gonna whip your ass.
No.
Al
Listen
Ahly
to
is
me.
gonna whip your ass.
Because listen, Hamza, he went on and he went on Wikipedia a few months ago, and he was telling us how Sir Alex didn't bring back the World Cup after he won the treble or whatever the tournament was called at the time, and he remembers every game in that tournament. Hamza, I dare you to come back empty-handed. Wallahi, if you come back
Don't
empty-handed,
do worse than Thomas Tuchel, Hamza. I swear to
I'm
God,
just
don't do
saying.
worse than Thomas Tuchel.
Wallahi,
swear.
Hamza, I dare you. That's it.
I swear.
Can I say something? Over 1,000 people here, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button for us, please. If you're here, if you're yet to do so, as Hussam says, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Hamza, so you need signings, more signings in January. Is that what you're saying?
I want to say something. Klopp had
What?
this is
What
a signing he had.
What is that?
One
Wow.
second.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I
What
need
has
to-
to do with this?
Yeah, because I need to explain to people so that they understand. Because these guys are thick, some of them. We lost Gundogan, yeah, and I lost Mahrez.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I lost Gundogan and Mahrez.
Has Hamza
Yeah?
said anything about the game today?
And
How long are we into this
No,
video?
one
30
second,
minutes.
let
Has he
me say-
mentioned a single thing about today's game?
No,
No, because as I said, today's game, we played at 18-year-old. Oh my God, we played at 18-year-old for the
who
second
chose
game.
him?
But you
Yeah,
had
but
three
Ham-
players
Hamza,
on the
look,
bench.
look, Hamza, we played a 17-year-old today and he scored for us. I think
No,
I
he's a
we
right
can't-
back. He's
I
a
think
right
what
back.
he-
He's
he-
not even a
he's got
midfielder.
it- So look, I think going back to what Hussam made earlier point, and I was thinking about the same thing with Man City. It's not necessarily maybe the quality of your players, because if they've got Endo and he's doing a job for them in Liverpool, why can't Kovacic do a job for you? Why can't Mateus? I think maybe and I was saying this to you previous show, was I think the concern might be your City's mental view or like how they're kind of approaching games at the moment, because to go 2-0 up and then draw a game 2-2, it's not about quality at that point. It's about how the game has been managed by the team from a are they still got that competitive edge, that winning edge. And I said to you, look, the Premier League's improved. Tottenham have come back. Obviously Liverpool have come back, and they're smelling blood, and they're really, really, really hungry. And I'm not sure the Man City players that you've got at the moment are handling that. I think it's more than a quality thing. And if Pep goes into the transfer window and buys the wrong players again, or the players that aren't ready to be in this race, it might compound your problems. So you've got a big transfer window ahead of you.
Can I do something, Hamza? There is one guy that showed up to the stream just for you for 2 minutes. Okay, just for 2 minutes. Seriously, he's here for 2 minutes. He wants to say a couple of words to you, right?
Oh no.
He's here.
Hamza, you fraud. Hamza, you fraud. You have blood on your hands. Can you guys hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
You guys hear me? Yeah. You're a fraud. You have blood on your hands. Even now, you're not blaming Pep. You've just said to me that Pep can't work with average players, yeah? So what you're telling me is what we've been telling you for a minute, which is Pep is a checkbook manager. He only works with the best players. If he hasn't got the best players, he don't know how to make it work. Is that what you're telling me, Hamza? Is that what you're telling me?
Kanji, 5th choice centre back. I don't.
Oh my God, he was the best player in the world.
Bro, he was a young
He was a 5th choice
prospect
centre back
looking
at
good.
Dortmund. He was eating bench as a 5th choice centre back. He turned him into gold. He turned Alvarez.
So why is he on the bench?
He took a player from Ake from Bournemouth, relegated. He made him into gold.
Did you just say
any
Akanji
other
was on the
manager
bench?
Santana.
Yes.
Ferguson has
No, he
struggled
said a
to
country.
do that.
Ferguson still found his way through. Ferguson made sure, bro. Ferguson, yeah. Let me tell you.
What did Ferguson
let
do
me tell you-
towards
let me tell you-
Sebastian Veron?
Let me
Tell
tell
me
you.
about
Yes,
There's
what does
a
Veron
certain-
have to do with
there's a
today's
certain-
loss? This
Yeah,
guy,
hold on,
man.
hold on.
Varane.
Hold on,
He
hold
just
on.
mentioned
Hold on, let me
Varane.
tell you this.
Who was Sebastian
Veron,
Veron?
not even
Veron.
Veron, which is
In the
worse.
wall, and Ferguson destroyed him. What are we doing here?
Staffy, what's a certain player that used to come off the bench and change games for you guys in games that you the games that you found particularly back in the
Like
day,
a game
back in the
changer.
day, yeah?
I mean,
Yeah.
there was a bunch of them, but like,
No,
does he, if he
a
wants,
certain Asian player, yeah? An Asian player
Park
came
Ji-sung, he was
over
gonna say. Okay.
and changed games for
1
them, yeah?
second. Park Ji-sung
Yeah,
played
he
for
always
PSG
had that Joker
Eindhoven
card in the back
and
of his pocket,
rattled
Alex
AC
Ferguson.
Milan.
Alex
3-0
Ferguson,
to
hold on,
3-3.
Hamza.
What are we doing here?
Hamza, Hamza, Alex Ferguson always had that Joker
The guy's
card in the
saying
back of his
Parker's a bad
pocket. Yeah,
player.
this is what you talk about heritage managers. Yeah, the ones that always had the Joker card in the back of their pocket. They can pull it out whenever they can, whenever they're in a tight spot or in a corner, and they're able to win games and get through games. You guys had a 2-0 lead and you gave it up to Crystal Palace at home, by the way, which is the fortress. I've been hearing all season, all last season, this is the fortress. Nobody comes to the Etihad and gets points. Nobody does this, nobody does that. Oh, we're untouchable with Etihad. And you just lost, you dropped points to your
When
bogey
Arsenal
team, yeah?
bought
They are
Lokonga
your
for
bogey
30
team.
million pounds, they managed to replace him. When they bought Fabio Vieira for 40 million pounds, they already complaining
So-
about replacement.
so
When
hold
they
on,
bought
hold on.
Partey now, they want to
Should I-
replace
should I-
him. Yeah, and then you went and
Listen,
bought 100 million pound midfielder.
Hamza, you're
Hamza,
such a
Have I
waffler.
got
Well,
any
it
You
actually
bought
pisses
Kovacic.
me
Have
off
I
how much
ever
you
bought
waffle.
any
No
single
one
100
pisses me
million
off
pound
more than you.
midfielder ever? I bought David Silva for 30 million, Bernardo Silva for 40 million, KDB 45 or 55 million for Wolfsburg. I'm still working with him when I bought him 6 years ago. Still, I bought the likes
Yeah.
of Aguero for 30 million. I won the league with him. I bought the likes of Haaland 50, Alvarez 15,
50.
Kovacic. The
50.
only reason we bought Kovacic,
Did he just say
25
Haaland is 50 million?
25 million.
They paid his dad
You
50
hear that,
million.
Hamza? That's the police arresting you for the amount of bullshit you've been saying. Hamza,
No,
stop lying
but
here,
we have to
Hamza.
be in
Wallahi
agreement.
enough.
It's not about that. It's not about that. The only reason is City. Listen, you're allowed to make mistake. I said it to you. Yeah. But one thing about my football club, they have heritage in terms of
What?
they
What?
don't have
What?
low class
What?
standards.
Hold
Let's-
on. What?
They don't have low class standard like Hussam.
Heritage.
Yeah, they will never play Europa League.
Hamza,
They will
stop
never play
talking.
Europa League
Hamza,
again.
You played
Liverpool-
Europa League.
Hamza,
What do you
you're
read, bro?
chatting
Liverpool
out
never
of
play
your
Europa
rear.
League
You're
because he's
chatting out of
too
your
big for
rear. Listen.
So my
You want to
manager,
talk about
he knows he
heritage?
made an
You want to
error.
talk about heritage?
But we'll
Heritage is the
rectify
bottom
Yeah,
row.
anyway.
Right now,
We
this
haven't got the
bottom
right
row,
players.
Hamza, this bottom row is heritage. The left corner, the bottom left corner, Liverpool, heritage, 6 Champions Leagues, 19
Philip
league
got more
titles.
heritage and he supports Newcastle. That's insane,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Heritage.
Newcastle have more heritage than you. How do you
done
feel?
out here, man?
How do you feel, Chelsea, bro? Listen, you're new money. You know, I always called Man City new money because they are new money. New money in
Listen,
this.
Let me tell
Listen,
you, let me
Yeah?
remind him of something sad. Let me remind him of something
Let's
because he's
talk
sitting
about
here
today's
complaining
game.
about
One
his
second.
options. No,
This
no,
guy
hold on.
hasn't won in 20 years,
No,
so
one
he-
second, one
he
second.
plays
We're not
football.
gonna deflect
Other
off that
people
point.
face
One
ball
second,
games.
Hamza.
One second.
You're sitting here. You're talking about the likes of Akanji, the like of Ake, and all these guys. By the way, who guys that you rated last season, and we're putting him in the combined
the
11 at
treble.
the end of the Premier League when they
They
went.
won
Yeah,
the treble.
exactly.
They
So when you
thrashed
rate them
Real
last
Madrid
season,
5-1.
yeah,
They
listen.
thrashed the team that beat Liverpool
That
in
is my
Heritage
point.
Stadium, Anfield. You
Thank you for beating-
humiliated Liverpool 4-0.
Thank you for proving my
Liverpool
point.
thought
That
they
is my
intimidated-
point.
they beat
Yeah,
them.
Hamza.
You
Oh
can
my
never
God.
talk about that team.
Hamza, my point is that you see what you just did right now. That proves my point because you rated them for all they've done last season, but this season, all of a sudden, you're complaining about Aki. Now you remember that he's from Bournemouth. Now you remember that Akanji was holding bench. Now you're making excuses. When you were talking about Sir Alex, by the way, earlier, Sir Alex won a league with Thomas Cleverley playing in the midfield, with Anderson being his backup, with Fletcher in the midfield. These were not at the time stellar
There's some
names.
dude called
You were
Butler
not-
at left
the-
back.
We had Butner in left back. We had Kagawa, who you said we destroyed in the team. We had Rooney, who was washed. We didn't have a perfect team. Most of us here, when we sit back and we look back at teams that won us trophies, we don't sit and we're like, wow, we had an amazing 11 and an amazing bench. We had deficiencies all over the place. Hussein could sit here and tell you Origi scored for him in the Champions League final. Would you take Origi in your team?
Origi, and
You
what's his
wouldn't.
name?
1 second. Okay.
Left
This guy mocks-
When Winter
Anytime
Surfer won the
Liverpool
Champions
don't
League,
get the 3 points, he mocks Soboslai. He's
You
mocked
had David De
Endo.
Gea,
He's
David
mocked
De Gea,
Virgil
you
van
had
Dijk causing
Rafael,
finish.
you had
His
Patrick
strength
Evra,
can
you had
defend.
Rio
Now he
Ferdinand,
want to act like
you had
I
Liverpool
don't know the
is
team. You're gonna name me the. I can name them without looking at Google.
Rooney, Giggs,
Berbatov
Postecoglou,
wasn't in the team. either.
Nemanja Vidic, Michael Carrick, Nani, and then you go and take one guy that was eating bench for a bit. When I got
Oh, look at that! That's the same thing you just did.
That's
You
exactly what
named
you're doing
Akanji who was
today.
on the bench. That's exactly what you did. So you just
Why are you
exposed
talking
yourself.
about Kovacic and Nunez?
You know, hey,
Hussein,
guys,
he's saying I left the whole 11 and I picked the bench. Guess what he
Nunez
just did
is
today?
good.
He said I
He
had
picked the
Akanji on the
fucking
bench. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you just showed how stupid your argument was
No.
because when I used it back, you said it's invalid.
I picked up 18 players who are good. I can name 18, 19 players that are good. in
Because
your
you're
team
telling me your
that
team
won the
right
Super
now
Cup.
is
With
worse than the
19
team
players.
that we won the league with. I told you we had
Bro,
Henderson
I've got
and,
the team
and
here.
Cleverly.
De Gea, Klaas, Rafael, Evra, Rio Ferdinand,
Rafael,
Nemanja
who
Bjelica,
rates Rafael?
Anderson, Berbatov, Rooney, Giggs,
Hold on,
Scholes,
Hamza, can I just say something?
Nani,
Listen, I'm
Michael
gonna
Carrick,
listen,
Robbie Van
Hamza,
Persie.
Rio
can I
and
just-
Vidic, by the
can I
way,
just
a
say
year
one thing?
later went to Inter and QPR. That's
Can I-
how washed they were at that
Guys,
time,
can I
and they
can I
still
just
won a
can I
league.
just
And
can I
then you
just say
take
can I
Tom
just say one
Cleverley.
thing,
You
please?
don't-
Can I just
you
say
don't
one
know
Can we
thing?
that
not
man.
shout over
Hamza.
each other, please? This is just
Can I
one.
can I just say
Such
can
a
I just
liar,
say
bro.
one thing? Can I just say one thing? Yeah. Listen, Hamza, I've said this before and I'll say it again, bro. You are charged with war crimes, bro. You know when the court, you can't even go to a normal court, bro. They take you to the use the freaking unit
It's the
court,
Hague.
bro.
It's called
Yeah?
the Hague.
The big court, bro. You know what I mean? Where they take the war criminals, bro, and you're charged with taking lives in war, bro. Yeah, that's what you should be charged with. You need to go to these big courts. Yeah, listen, I'm gonna go
This
because I
club's
need to
not
go
won
back
anything
to
for 20 years,
watching
and you
some
talk about
old
war
school
criminals.
Egyptian films. Yeah, big up Staffy and big up Mo. I'm gonna go watch some Adele Imam.
What movie are
I'm
you
gonna go-
watching?
I'm gonna
What
go
movie are
watch
you
some
watching?
Adele Imam.
You know,
some
sad that movie
some
probably
Muslim
has
films.
more history than his club.
Yeah,
That movie probably has more history
I'm about to Hamza. I'm
than
about to go
Hamza's
watch
club.
some.
You're in your
I'm
third
about to
decade,
go-
you haven't won
I'm
the league.
about to go, Hamza. I'm about to go watch some Adele Imam. That's real heritage. Yeah, you don't know about Adele Imam. You don't even know who the guy is. Yeah, that's real heritage, bro. Heritage, mystery films.
Heritage with
Yeah,
zero
go
Champions League,
educate
zero
yourself
Europa
about
League.
mystery
My man
films.
is going
Anyway,
to watch Adil Imam,
Zero
people.
Europa
The
League.
people in the
Because
chat.
Adel
Imam,
Imam won
wallah.
Europa League twice.
Adil Imam. Anyway,
Against
Hamza,
Galatasaray.
Hamza.
Get out
Thank
here.
you,
Big
You
up,
have
big up.
Heritage.
Appreciate you, Sad.
Heritage
Big up,
don't
Sad.
lose
Big up.
Galatasaray Europa League final. Get out here.
Big
Go
up,
home,
Sad.
man. Fraud.
Big up, Sad. Listen, people.
Heritage.
Listen, all I want to say about the game today, because we have over 1,100 people here, 1,100 people here. The game today, it's a game you are being exposed again in your midfield. Your defenders are getting exposed. How many games you have seen now when you concede more than one goal? Chelsea, Spurs, Leipzig. Like last game in the Champions League, you conceded 2 goals. This game, you conceded 2 goals. You are being exposed. Pep Guardiola doesn't have the coverage, and the league is slipping away from you. You are the favorites. You're not anymore. This is in my books. You're not the favorites. You still think you're the favorites. And I'm going to ask everybody in the panel. Philip, I'm going to start with Philip. Suppose Newcastle. Do you think Man City is still favorites with this team?
Currently, yes. After all that we said about them, they still are. I think
Everybody is. You're scared, Philip, to say that. You're scared.
Scared.
This
Everyone's
team
scared in the
cannot be. This City cannot be favorites.
No,
How are
it's
they
not.
favorites?
It's not so much about City. It is a bit, obviously, they still got the transfer window to go because Pep can get it right. The other, when I say this, it's not really about Liverpool because Liverpool know what they're doing, but it's more about Arsenal and the others. Do they have the cojones to really chase them down and do what's necessary?
Liverpool does.
Liverpool do. So it's really onto Liverpool and about Man City. So, but currently, by the skin of their teeth, Man City are still favourites.
Sam, do you still think City are favorites? Be honest and don't try to
He's scared. He's a chicken. He will never, because he doesn't trust his manager.
See, there you are.
Hey, you don't trust your manager. I dare you. I dare you.
Because this guy will
you trust your manager. You don't trust your
and then
manager.
wants me to come with
I
chess.
dare you.
Don't come with chess.
I
Don't
dare
come
you
with chess.
say
Be quiet.
Liverpool win the
Be
league.
quiet.
I
You
dare
just spoke about Scott Sinclair, yeah.
No, but I dare him to say Liverpool's going to win the league. He's scared. He doesn't trust.
Hey,
Liverpool
Winter
are the
Surfer,
biggest
Footy
chicken.
Judge Mo,
There you
Philip,
are.
and
Are
Staffy.
you gonna
Guys,
win the
the
league?
reason why I can't win the league is
Are you
because I
gonna
had
win the
Joe
league?
Allen 10 years ago, and I
There
had
you are.
Farley Adam
There you
10
are.
years ago, and I
Liverpool
had
are
Christian
scared.
Benteke 6 years ago, and Ricky Lambert
Liverpool
6
are
years ago.
scared.
That's the reason
Hamza,
why-
let him talk. Hamza,
This is the
please.
But he
Hamza
doesn't
energy.
believe. Are
Let
you going to
him
win the
talk.
league? Yes or no?
We'll see, Akhi. Let him talk, ya Akhi.
He's
Wallahi.
scared.
We'll let you,
You know
talk
why you're
all
a
the
fraud?
time, ya Akhi.
You know why you're a fraud? You don't hold yourself to the same standards that you want to
There
hold
you are.
everyone to. Anytime Staffy speaks, you give a whole monologue about excuses. Same with Surfer, Philip, and myself. Don't chat shit. You just give us a whole monologue about Jack Rodwell, and then now you want me to show chest? Be quiet.
Yeah, but I want
Anyway.
Liverpool to win the league. They're off.
So,
Yes or no?
Are City favorites? Fraudulent, corrupt judge has asked. Of course, City are favorites. Why are
There
City
you are.
favorites?
There
Because
you
they've
are.
got the best starting 11. They're the
There you
treble
are.
winner. They have the best manager in the world, and they've got the best
Liverpool
starting 11 in the
scared.
world. And also, in case you guys are unaware, I've got news flash for everyone here. We will not do to me what you did to Arsenal
There
last
you
year.
are. Scared.
This is what you want me to do. You want me to come up here in fucking December and go like, oh shit, we're winning the
Don't trust
fucking
Klopp,
league.
man.
That's not what I will do because I'm not an Arsenal fan. I realize what Manchester City are. Manchester City can come back with 15 points. Never mind 6 points. So what? We're 6 points up in December. So what? So what? If we sign a DM and a centre back, we win the league. Other than that, I am not confident because there's a lot of games
not
coming up.
confident as a
Simple.
Liverpool fan. Liverpool fan does not trust Klopp, guy. Jurgen Klopp. You don't trust Jurgen Klopp to take you, despite you gonna be 6 points clear of City, and despite you saying negative things about City, you still don't trust Klopp because you know what? I traumatized you with Gundogan's goal. It's never been the same with Liverpool fans. They're so afraid of Man City. Say with chest, will you win the league? There you are. There you are. Will you win the league? You don't even trust
If we
them to
sign
win
a
the
DM
league.
and a centre back, we win the league. Simple.
I agree. I agree with him. I agree. Because they have the best.
I don't know what
attacking
more you want me to
options.
say. Like, simple.
They have the best attacking options in the league. I know their attack's not playing well at the moment, but they have the best attacking options in the league. I think even if you just sign a competent DM, I think you can get away with not getting a centre back. I really do. Because City.
No, actually, we probably need the centre back more now. You know why? Because Matip's out at the end of the season.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
So you
City-
believe Liverpool can win the league?
Hang on. Because City, and this is on Pep, you can't defend properly at the moment. Even with Rodri in your team, you can't defend properly. Because Diaz is playing worse than Disasi. And I think Disasi's playing well this season. So you know what? You can hold that, yeah? Your defence is on Pep and it's set up. And your
But do you
defence is
believe
worse.
Liverpool can win the league?
Yeah,
Yes or
1
no?
second.
Yes, I
Surfer.
do.
So you
Surfer,
believe
you
more
were
than
there.
Liverpool fans?
Yeah, 1
You
second, Hamza.
believe
Surfer, you were
more
there
than
last
Liverpool
season
fans
because I knew you from last season.
They don't trust their manager.
Towards December time.
And
Remember
that's
when
a
Arsenal
disgrace.
fans were saying?
This
Remember
is
when
a
Arsenal fans were
disgrace.
saying they were top
You
of the
can
league
win
in
the league,
December? What
Liverpool
this guy
fans.
was
Believe
saying?
in yourself.
Remember?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hamza,
Do you
what,
remember?
Hamza, what is going
He
on?
basically wants to Arsenal me. That's all he wants.
Well,
Make
how
no
come-
mistake.
how come you not-
Philip, Staffy, Mo, and Winter Surfer are all aware of your games.
This is
You
the
just want
problem
to
with
Arsenal me.
Liverpool
Why?
fans.
So
Sam,
if
you don't
Liverpool
trust the
don't win the
manager.
league in May, he told me in December when
There
you were
you
6
are.
points
He
ahead of
doesn't
me,
believe
you
it.
told me you're gonna win. See why he's smiling? Because I know his games.
Yeah.
The problem with Hamza is he doesn't know. I've been speaking to this guy for 3 years now. Anytime Hamza speaks, there's few people on this platform that can Uno reverse Hamza. I'm one of them. I will Uno reverse the shit out of him because I know exactly how he behaves. This guy comes on the stream, talks about Scott Sinclair and Jack Rodwell, and then asks me to have standards. And then he says we should sign players. But when I say we should sign players, it's a fucking problem. This is the issue here. So, okay, exactly. So you can win the
This
league.
image
That's my
traumatized
point.
Liverpool. This
Thank you
image.
for proving my point
You
further.
don't
No
trust
problem.
them. You don't
So
trust
anyway,
your
point
owner.
is, footy judgment to answer the question. The reason why they're favorites, someone being 6 points behind in December does not make them not favorites. Okay? Because it's December more. So we also have to have objective conversations. Banter is fun and shit, but at the same time, let's be objective.
So I
What
want to
is
be
stopping-
objective.
Let me
But
ask
they
you a
aren't
question,
playing
even though you're
well.
the
You
host.
asked me a question.
حسألك سؤال بس. What is
Yes.
stopping Manchester City? Everyone here can chime in other than Hamza. What's stopping Manchester City from going in this January transfer window and signing fucking Musiala? Name one thing that's
Because they haven't done this
Nothing.
before.
Yeah, they don't do it. Yeah, but nothing's stopping.
They
Okay.
usually don't.
Here is-
But if
here is
Pep
my
calls
answer to
tomorrow,
you,
Sheikh
Osman.
Mansour,
They haven't
and
done
is
it.
like, yo, we're 6 points behind Liverpool, we need players, get me Musiala. Do they get him?
Okay.
Yes or no? Be honest.
Yes.
Sam,
No. Yes, they can.
Yeah.
Okay, so why
But
should
my
I say
point
now
is,
that we're
I am
favorites?
only analyzing the. Sam, I'm being objective. I'm
So
only
shameful.
analyzing the situation
Liverpool
as is. Okay, because I don't know if Liverpool, the same that City can go and sign Musiala, Liverpool can go sign a DM and a centre back. Manchester
and if we
City.
do, we'll win
Can
the
I,
league.
can I just? The next sentence is gonna clear you why I'm saying that. The history tells us that Manchester City don't go and sign players in January unless someone leaves. Like when Cancelo left, they went and tried to sign a player. Pep Guardiola does not give players midway through the season to work with him. He doesn't.
Yeah,
Based
doesn't
on the
got
current,
Laporte. January signing.
based on the current situation, the port was like 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's
Based
what I
on the
said.
current
It happened.
situation, even though I think Liverpool are lacking a DM and a defender, I think Liverpool have been way more consistent. Liverpool and Arsenal have been way more consistent than Manchester City with the current squad. Pep Guardiola, until this moment, without Kevin De Bruyne, cannot find the right
He's
combination. in the
signing.
midfield.
Whether you like it or not, more.
Let me
He's signing.
finish.
ask you,
Hamza,
Sam,
let me finish. Hamza, let me finish.
Mm.
My point is, as of now, I'm watching the City team. I'm not confident that Pep Guardiola, with the current squad, can turn it around. Do I know if Kevin De Bruyne is gonna come back from a hamstring injury, the same players. History tells us that after surgery for hamstring, normally players don't come the same. I am looking at the history and I'm trying to analyze the future.
Yeah,
That's it. I'm trying to analyze the future. Liverpool without a DM have been very consistent. You haven't been consistently blowing out away teams, but you have been consistently winning games. I can't remember one game, and I dare anybody in the chat to tell me one game that Liverpool won that you sit there and say they should have lost the game and they won it. Not
Crystal
one
Palace.
game.
Newcastle.
Newcastle. No, hold on. Hamza,
cheated.
you're wrong.
Wallahi, they
Hamza,
cheated.
you are
Wallahi.
there was a penalty that was called against them 2 minutes after.
The guy was sent
A
off.
penalty was called against them 2 minutes after. 1 minute 50 seconds after the
red
incident.
card wasn't a red card. We'll never believe that. The red card wasn't a red card.
Newcastle from James's Park.
Crystal Palace better than them. The only game is what Philip just mentioned. Newcastle were better than Liverpool in that game. Circumstances or not circumstances, Spurs were in better than Liverpool. And at the end, Spurs won. Newcastle against Liverpool, that's the only game I can sit here and say Newcastle missed chances, wasted chances. That's it. But Liverpool have not won a game where they should have lost. One game.
Crystal Palace.
Fact have lost.
They should have lost that game. I don't care. The red card was not a red card.
Let me tell you,
Hey Mo, I've got to go now because I have a stream. But enjoy, you guys. I know Staffy, Surfer, and Philip won't let me down.
Before you go,
you cannot ask me any question because you didn't speak with chess.
Who will win the league? You know. Just answer the question quickly.
Okay, I'll give you the answer. Aston Villa. See you guys later, man.
I'll tell everyone. He believes Arsenal are going to win the league. He believes Arteta more than Klopp. Watch.
I don't know if Mo, you might be inferring this as that, for instance, in this transfer window coming up, whereas a Liverpool and an Arsenal, for instance, going into this transfer window, if they're buying players, is to upgrade their squad. Rather, for Man City, it would be to fix a problem, and that's the worst.
That's not true. No, that's not true. Hamza is complaining about the quality of players that he has. Hamza's not saying, "Oh, I don't have a goalkeeper, I don't have a center back, I don't have a DM, I don't have a striker." He has them, but okay, Hamza. Well, that's the point. You, as an example, you don't rate Matthias Nunes as an example. Okay, let's say you buy Barella. We're gonna speak in a hypothetical world. Let's say you buy Barella because you always talk about Barella. Barella comes into this team, either Nunes or what's his name, Kovacic are permanent benches. That is you strengthening your bench and your 11 at the same time because your guy from your 11 drops into the bench. But that doesn't mean that you're lacking positions. You have players in every position. You just don't rate most of them. That is the difference. Liverpool, as an example, yes, I get it. They have Endo, but Endo, let's be honest, he's not quality. But he's the only DM that they have. They actually need no, but he's not DM. I'm just going by what Hassam said as an example. He actually is missing one. Okay. If what's his name, Sad was here and he said he needs a striker. Thiago, he's not a DM still. I'm talking about DMs, Hamza.
Bro,
I'm talking about actual DMs.
Thiago played in.
No, Hamza, there's a difference between Ken and what they actually are. McAllister can play as a six, but every Liverpool fan will tell you he's not a six. These guys were supposed to get Palhinha. They were supposed to get Caicedo. They were supposed to get Lavia. They were supposed to get Amrabat. They were supposed to get real sixes, and they didn't. And eventually, they just got Endo because it was a panic sign. Okay, but that's the difference, Hamza. You have players every year. You have players on each wing. You have strikers. You have midfielders. Okay, Hamza, what position do you not have? And don't lie, Hamza.
I don't have a number. I don't have.
He's gonna say back.
No, let me tell you. I don't have a quality. First, I don't have a natural wing back.
We are not Hamza. Listen, Hamza, I'm gonna let you talk. Staffy asked a simple question. He's not talking about the quality of the player. He's talking about you not having a player. Like Arsenal don't have a number 8. They just don't. They are trying to shoehorn a forward and a winger in Trossard and Kai Havertz. What position?
They chose Havertz.
Yes, no, but they didn't buy him as he's not an 8. What position Manchester City don't have?
We don't have a winger.
And talk to me about quality. Don't talk to me about quality.
No, okay, I'll tell you. No, because that's what. No, I'm sorry. I am not gonna. You're not gonna give me. You're not gonna give me a play. No, 1 second. You're not gonna give me a Burnley number 8 and tell me, Hamza, what position do you not have?
But you don't have a Burnley number 8.
I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting. I'm not accepting anyone below 10th. Where did Chelsea finish? Below 10th? Kovacic is a below 10th player. He comes from a team.
You didn't say
was
that. You said
below
he's a
10th.
Champions League winner.
I
You
will
said
not
he's a
You said he's a
Champions League winner.
Champions League winner when you
You said
signed
he's a
them.
Champions winner.
No, he wasn't. Kante was running that show. Kante
That's not what you
carried
said
that
when you
team.
signed him.
To
So make
me,
you go back and bring your
You
receipts.
know
me-
what? It's not
one
even.
second,
It's not
one
even
second.
last season.
let me finish. 1 second.
You
The reason why
said this is the
City
best
is
team
there
in the world 2
is
months
only
ago.
two
That's what
reasons.
you said.
No, it's a fact. All of you have to apologize to me. Wallahi. You have
What?
to apologize.
Hamza, I don't
I
have to
have to
apologize to you
apologize.
Well, you
because
have to apologize to me.
Hamza, you know why I'm not going to
City-
apologize to you, Hamza? Because I said, when I said to City fans in the beginning of the season that this might be the closest season to them for a drop off, everyone was like, you're crazy because we still have Pep. I said, it's not necessarily because of Pep, it's because of the quality that you replaced. You replaced Gundogan, Mahrez, and Laporte with people that I don't rate at this time and moment. I don't rate them at that same level. Maybe you're saying this now, Hamza, and I get it, and I agree with you. But that's not on me. That's not on Surfer. That's not on Mo. That's not on anyone here. That is on you and your manager, Hamza. Because in the beginning of the season, when you were saying baby Doku, baby Ronaldinho, baby this, baby that,
Doku's
you
not
was
Mahrez.
rating this team,
No,
Hamza.
Doku's
You
not
was rating
Mahrez.
this team.
Doku's
Hamza, you
not
was
Mahrez.
rating this team, Hamza. No, but
Staffy,
Hamza,
do you remember, Staffy,
I know
do you
that,
remember 2
Hamza,
months
because
ago, Staffy, 2 months ago, we during the first international break, he wanted 7 Man City players in the team of the season so far.
Oh,
He
I
called them
remember.
the best team in the world. 2 months
Okay.
ago, this is the
I
best
tell
team
you,
in
players
the
are
world.
rate aside. Video quality. Listen to what I'm saying, and so that you remember. Nunes quality, yeah, but Kovacic not reliable. He's a bench player now. He's a bench player. We've agreed. So that position for Rico Lewis to start in that position tells me Pep needs that position number 1. Yeah, that's the position we need. I've been telling you that's that position.
But you
Rico
signed 2
Lewis.
players.
No, what?
You signed 2 players for that position.
well, he said Nunez is
They
quality.
are
Now he's
worth
saying it's quality.
100
Nunes
million. You
is not that
literally
quality.
signed 2 players for that position worth 100 million.
One. Okay, let me tell you. No.
No,
How much is-
what?
How
No, my
much is
ass.
Kovacic? How much is Kovacic in pounds?
25 million pounds.
Okay, and how much was Nunes in pounds?
60
Like
million
70, bro.
No, he wasn't. Wallah, he wasn't for 60 million pounds. He wasn't 60 million pounds. How much was he? I want you to Google it. Pounds.
I am
want
Googling.
pounds.
I'm Googling it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Hamza, wallahi, if it's like 10 million pounds less, I'm going to smack you through the
Yeah,
screen.
one
Because
second, let me check.
you're arguing.
Don't add it because I know
Yeah.
the number. I know the number. I want to see whether he's gonna lie in the number.
62
this-
million euros.
yeah, so it goes back to what I was
It was
earlier saying.
46.5 million pounds.
Yeah, Hamza, I don't care for the 0.5, Hamza.
46.5 million pounds.
What is the
How
point,
much?
Hamza?
46.5 million pounds.
No, 62 million euros is not 45 million pounds.
Bro, go and check it. It's in check BBC Sport. BBC Matthew Nunes.
54 million pounds. Exactly. 54 million pounds. This is
No,
exactly
that's
that's exactly what it is. Philip wanted to say something about
No, I was going to go in terms of what I was saying. If Man City go into this transfer window to buy players, it will be to fix a problem. It's exactly what you guys are saying in terms of from a Man City perspective. If, for instance, Kovacic and Nunes are not doing what Guardiola, Pep wants them to do, and he's got Rico Lewis, therefore he needs another player to fix a problem, rather what Arsenal and Liverpool have got, which is to upgrade their players. Yes, for instance, Liverpool got Endo, but they can do better than Endo. They can get a Paulinho. That's a better position to be in. Whereas Man City have already bought 2 players, a Kovacic and a Nunes, who it's clear that Pep, for whatever reason, doesn't rate after spending that money on them. So if he goes back into that transfer window to buy a player for that same position, for instance, is to fix a problem. And that's a worse position for Man City to be in. Because if he gets it wrong again, and what would end up happening, he's got another player that doesn't suit, he's going to get another Calvin Phillips.
And by the way, Hamza, this is where it goes on Pep as well. If you guys didn't know Kovacic had an injury issue,
Yeah.
you've not been watching him for the past 3 years at Chelsea. So that's Pep and your recruitment's issue.
Recruitment
okay?
have to be blamed for that.
Yeah.
But they wanted Bellingham. This is what I blame them. They'll say, Hamza, I wanted Bellingham. We spoke to him for 3 hours. We didn't get him. Okay, who was your plan B? They'll say, we want, I think, who they
You want Rice?
Oh,
Do you think you should have push
When they
for
wanted
Rice?
You wanted Rice. You wanted
yeah,
Rice.
they wanted
Rice,
They say,
Rice
"You
would
want
suit your, Rice would solve your problem.
Yeah.
If you had Rodri and Rice right now in that midfield,
They wanted
Rodri-
Jude said no. They wanted Rice said no. They
So
wanted
who's
Paqueta,
the
the
third
problem happened.
So who's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
third one? then?
yeah.
Is there another quality they could have signed? Yes. That's
Caicedo.
why I blame them.
Paqueta.
Caicedo.
Paqueta, yeah.
Or Caicedo. Paqueta is more
Paqueta
offensive.
was-
Caicedo would be.
Paqueta was on Paqueta was on the list, but as soon as we were gonna sign him, the betting
The
issue
best
happened.
thing came up. Yeah.
So they got it wrong, but they didn't have a plan B. So they thought Paqueta was gonna be added anyway.
So you
So
went
they
then.
were shook.
So Kovacic and Nunes are your fourth and fifth
Yeah,
choices?
they were. Yeah, Paqueta was the main.
No. Because
Kovacic was first choice.
He was
Kovacic
first
was
to
from
come in.
June. Kovacic from June. They agreed
Kovacic was
from
your first
June.
He didn't play. No, but he did. He wasn't-
Kovacic was from
Ah.
June. The agreement
Yes.
about Kovacic from June.
Exactly.
June.
No, he was not gonna start. Paqueta was gonna
Yeah,
start.
yeah. We're not
Doesn't matter.
arguing that. We're not arguing
matter.
this, Hamza. I'm not arguing that. But Kovacic was in your plans from June. Everybody knew about Kovacic from June. When Gundogan said he's gone, Kovacic was the replacement right
But
away.
It was
do you think-
reported. It was reported the day after you won the Champions League final that you were in discussion with Kovacic's agent.
But you know,
So don't give
sometimes,
me. He was your first signing.
but you know, sometimes some deals can get.
It was
can
an
get
addition.
done-
He was a bench player.
So
apparently.
some deals can get done quicker than others. Kovacic was older, had a 1 year. A Declan Rice and the Paqueta deal, 70, 80, 90 million up.
My thing
He's
is
going to
this.
take longer.
My thing is this, right? You'll go out 70 odd million for Guardiola unproven. But
Yeah.
you won't
Well, he's
spend
good,
an
he's
extra
good, he's good,
15.
He's good.
I'm
For-
not
for
saying
Rice,
he's good.
for
I'm
Rice,
not saying,
yeah.
He's
I just
quality.
said listen to what I'm saying.
He's not
I'm saying
unproven. He's quality.
No, I'm just listen.
You regret
just
this talk.
listen to what I
Don't
said.
say
I
that
didn't
again.
say-
You
You
regret
have to let him
that.
speak.
I didn't say he was bad. I said he's unproven. And he didn't
He's
say,
proven.
no, okay, whatever. But what I'm saying is, you go 70 odd million out for him, but you won't spend an extra 10, 15 million on Declan Rice.
Right.
which you
I
could have
don't
done.
I
You could have
don't
done
think. I don't think. I'll be honest with you. I don't think Declan Rice 110 million because there's so many players. I would have gone and saw
What?
elite player. I'll tell you who would have got. More, I would have come and get your guy Barella. How much would he have been? Tell me roughly.
I don't know, but he's different than Declan Rice.
Never
What-
leave Italy.
Roughly tell me.
I don't
He'd never
know.
leave. He'd never leave
70 million?
Italy.
I have
think-
no idea. Like, I don't know. I can't tell you.
I think 70 million we could have got Barella for. 70.
Hamza,
Maybe,
Hamza,
but you never inquired even.
Another player I would have
I mean,
gone
he's
for.
not even on the market.
let me
It's the
say,
same as you telling me I could have
another player I
gone
could have
and
gone
got
for.
and got Mbappe. I
Let
could
me
have
give
gone and
another
got
name.
Vinny Jr. Hamza, listen to me. Me realistic. Declan Rice was the only viable option out there for you to get. That's why you bid for him. That's what you did. Which is, I'm not saying it was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. It was
No.
the perfect player to suit your system and
Yeah.
your team.
Yeah, you'd be
He
5
was
points ahead.
definitely. You should have bid more money for him.
Yeah, we pulled out.
Yeah.
But this is the stubbornness they
Big
have.
goal.
And more. I blame them for sometimes being stubborn. They did the same thing to Van Dijk issue. They
Yes.
refused to bid
Yeah.
higher, and you can see in the documentary they said we're not gonna bid for Van Dijk above that.
So
And
now it's an issue. Hamza, you're such a
No, one
hypocrite.
second,
Now
one
it's an
second. No,
issue.
Let me tell
Wait,
you.
now
one
it's
second.
an issue.
No, one second, let me
it's-
finish.
No,
One second,
Hamza,
let me
you're saying
finish.
it's an issue now.
Let me
But
finish.
when you
Let me
got
finish.
outbid in recent history for other players, you used to market. Oh,
But-
Sanchez went to
let-
Manchester United
listen,
because of the money,
Sanchez,
and thank God we
Sanchez,
didn't get him.
Sanchez.
Oh, Maguire, he
Yeah.
got outbid, and thank God we didn't get him. You say this about so many players, but when
No,
it doesn't
but
work
I'm
for
saying
Rice,
one
and now
second,
you're in
let me-
struggle, you're like,
let me
oh, that's
finish.
an issue. We should have
So,
never been
for
cheap.
Paqueta,
Come on,
I
Hamza.
think that the fourth choice should be. I think this is the
You said
name
the
they
same
should
thing
have.
about Cucurella, by the way.
One
That
second.
one I just remember. When
Give me
Cucurella
one
went to
second.
Chelsea and he
No,
ended up
I'll
being a
ask you,
bust, you were like,
you're
thank
gonna
God
see
we
what-
didn't
one second.
outbid for him.
1 second. Another choice I
You
would
lie a
have
lot,
gone
Hamza.
for. 1 second. Which other name would you have gone for? I know, and I would have gone for. That's a quality than Rice, and he's cheaper,
Who?
and he's top player, upcoming.
Who?
I'd have gone to Zubimendi and Real Sociedad, and it would have easy to get because
Now we're talking
he's
about
Spanish.
Zubimendi. Wallah,
Him,
have some shit.
Can I?
him and Rodri, him and Rodri will be fantastic in midfield. Just absolutely spoil everyone's day and let the because every time the players are getting the ball, they bypass Rodri. No one helps them, and I don't believe the defense is a problem. I believe that's the problem. The midfield.
If you would have given Gundogan what he wanted, you would have stayed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Zubimendi was the name. Zubimendi would have been 60 million sorted, guaranteed top
Let
player.
reckon
me
you're
do
gonna go
it,
back
guys.
You know,
Let me do
Hamza,
this.
when Arsenal
Can I-
win the league because of Rice, no one's gonna care about your obsession
Yeah.
with Zubimendi. You can get Zubimendi next year. You know what? Rice is gonna be sitting home with his Premier League medal, and then you're gonna be talking about Zubimendi.
Let me do
because
the super
you'll
chat.
do anything but admit that Rice would have been the right signing. for
Let
you.
me do the super chats. EMMC saying Pep want to die on this hill. Don't want to drop Walker and Diaz despite dropping stinkers because Akanji have a Bozo gene and Stones is injury prone. He's not gonna drop Kyle Walker. He put him as a captain, and I promise you, he isn't gonna drop Kyle Walker. He
He
isn't,
persuaded him
because
to stay.
it shows him as a captain, and he was gonna leave. So he isn't. EMMC Zain Hamza, stop embarrassing us. It's 100% Pep's fault. I think it's at this point we have to say it's Pep's fault. Guys, cool guys are guys. One thing we all know is that new players at City always take time. We agree on that to get used to Pep's system.
That's why I'm not
So we can talk about the new signings next season. But the problem is, the problem is it's this season. Yes, cool guy. It's this season. We're talking about this season. This is a chance to make. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to say one sentence. I'm gonna this is a chance for Manchester City to make history. Arsenal are weaker than last year.
Weak,
Liverpool are not as strong.
Absolutely.
Listen. My problem is this is a chance for Man City to make history. You are literally the favorites for the Champions League and the Premier League. This was a chance to make a 4-peat and double. It's a chance. If you miss this chance, it's 100% on you. Stuffy, go ahead.
Now, I just want to say, listen, Hamza, I hear what you're saying, but this is why I'm saying your fan base right now, you're embarrassing yourself, okay? Because now we're talking about, oh, well, these players need a year to adapt anyways. Okay, let's go by that, because Hamza, I didn't even wallahi get to go anywhere. Okay. How are you going to reply to me when you don't know what I'm about to say?
Because you're saying about every player, not every player. Nunes,
Hamza, new players in City usually need a year to adapt. Yeah. We've seen this with so many players, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
So you're digging yourself a deeper hole now, because so why you're not winning the league then, Hamza? I don't get it.
I tell you what, Haaland,
you're contradicting yourself again. Literally, my point was about to support you anyway.
He's gonna give you an example.
I got you. Haaland, did he need a year to adapt?
No.
Did Alvarez need a year to adapt?
Yes.
Alvarez needed a year last year.
He couldn't start last year, did he?
No, but he had. But every time he played, he was.
But he wasn't a starter.
Because he had an elite striker ahead of him.
Hamza, so by your standards, you should win the league then, because you're saying not all of them.
Go ahead, finish. I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you.
That's what I will come for Kovacic. The players are getting away from this blame. Is Nunes? He's from a Wolves side who are underperforming. They're fighting relegation. He will say, Hamza, I don't know how to win the league. I needed to learn with players among you, because I saw with Ake. When he came from Bournemouth, he needed a year to adapt. Nunes the same. Vardio, yes, the same. But Kovacic is not allowed to get away with it because he's a 30-year-old, 29-year-old. That's where I blame myself, saying we recruited a guy injury-prone who's there, and then we didn't recruit.
Hamza, you're not going to lose the league just because of Kovacic. You can sit here and lie all you want. Kovacic was never going to be the reason. Yeah, Hamza, he was never going to be the reason you win it or lose it. He is a part of the squad, but he's not that significant, okay? Don't lie to yourself. I get what you're saying, but stop lying to yourself, pretending that he's the reason to win you or cost you the league. That is not true, okay? My issue right now is that you're saying, oh, this, but in the beginning of the season, when most people, including myself, including Igal, including a lot of other people, said, you know what, the City team looks weaker than usual, just because we all know that I would say 75% of the signings Pep makes usually need a year to adapt. But they said, no, they're going to win the league because Pep knows how to do it. Pep knows how to do this. Pep knows how to do that. Now that we're about 16, 17 games into the season, about halfway there, people are now going back on their word, and they don't want to blame Pep, and they want to blame the players. So why in the beginning of the season did you not see this? Why did you guys get overconfident and you took Pep for granted that he can win the league every season regardless of the players? Because when we said it, no one wanted to listen to us.
No, you didn't
but now you're singling out. You're singling out little players.
You didn't say you've been struggling for 10 years. So there's no way.
What does it have to do with my team, Hamza? I'm not talking about my team. I'm talking about your team.
Because the only reason why we're in this predicament, we agree. It's happened before. I've seen it before.
Hamza, go to Patrick. Patrick, the City fan. What's his name?
Patrick.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I spoke to him, and I was on the terrace with him 2 weeks ago.
Phillips, you know? Patrick likes Calvin Phillips.
Okay, so is he a City fan or no, Hamza?
Yeah, but
when I said that to him, Wallahi, Hamza, I will send you the clip. I said the same stuff that you were saying, and he said, but you know who knows how to win? Pep. That was his excuse. Basically, because we have Pep, everything's going to be okay. But now, look at it. How many games later, and you guys are not winning, and you guys don't want to talk about Pep. Why is it we win because of Pep, but when we lose, it's because of the players?
Did you believe we have a good enough, big enough squad? Yes or no?
Yes.
I did it, but that's the
Yes.
point, Hamza.
Okay,
I said
did you
you.
believe-
That's
Yes,
it.
yes.
No,
Yeah, my answer is
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
There you are.
Yeah.
So you know
Yeah.
you got proven wrong.
100%. You have enough players to win the league. Yes.
No, you don't. What
You
what
don't.
made you believe
You
that?
do.
Yeah.
I can count. I can
Okay,
count.
count.
You have
Count
two
me.
left wingers. You have two right wingers. You have 5 midfielders. One of them is injured. You have 7 defenders.
But it's
and
not
you have two
quality.
goalkeepers.
It's not
No,
Hear me
quantity.
out. So that's the dilemma, Staffy. Hamza sitting here saying that Nunes isn't quality. All the teams in the Premier League
Yes,
wanted
no.
Mateus Nunes.
Yeah, but all
Kovacic-
the teams that was gonna
Hold
get him
on,
weren't gonna
hold
win the
on,
league anyways.
Hold on.
They're not going to win the league. They're low class
Hold on,
club.
hold on. But that's the thing. That's when you have the best manager in the world to make it work
No.
with a player like that. Mateo Kovacic. How many times has Mateo Kovacic been injured this year? Once.
Twice.
He missed 2 games the whole season.
but before
The
there
rest
was-
of them, he was sitting on the bench because of a choice, not because of an injury. Go check it. Anyway, long story short, Doku,
Let me see.
lighten up the Premier League. Jack Grealish, 2 left wingers. Julian Alvarez and Erling Haaland, 2 top strikers around the world. Every team will dream of having these 2. Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden. Kevin De Bruyne is injured. It's not us who injured him. He's in your squad. You could have had another player, but you chose to wait for Kevin De Bruyne. Rodri, Calvin Phillips. It's not us who chose to keep Calvin Phillips and not sell him. It's Pep Guardiola, people. It's Pep Guardiola. He could have sold Calvin Phillips to West Ham and got another player. Diaz, Akanji, Gavardiol, Ake, Walker, Rico Lewis, who's the second year, Ortega, Ederson. Manchester City have a bigger squad this year than most of the years they won the Premier League. We'll talk about the quality. That's a completely different issue. The numbers are there. You can go and count the numbers of players that Man City have. Why do
Yeah,
people
but that's my
need...
point, Mo. It's never been about the numbers. It's about the
But
quality.
hold on.
I said,
Staffy,
I kept saying,
they
bro, and I'm
didn't
gonna say it
have the
again.
same.
But here's the thing for me, Mo. I will never disrespect the Gundogan, Laporte, and Mahrez in
Yes.
a way that the minute they leave and you replace them with younger players, that they come in and do the exact same job. Because I've seen these guys do carry jobs for years.
Fantastic stuff. But
So that's
what
why
we
I'm
told
saying
him, me
it could
and
be
you.
3 and
But that's the problem, Staffy. I agree with you. We're speaking the same thing.
Oh,
We
no,
told
no,
him,
you
hold
didn't.
on,
No,
let me finish.
you didn't.
Let me
You
finish.
you guys
But
lied.
we told him. But
Wallah,
we
I
told
blame
him.
all of you for the reason why I say is,
Experience. I told Man City people, experience will hurt you. I told them Mahrez is a game winner. Comes off the bench, win games. Their answer was Mahrez didn't start the second half of the season. He's not as important. I said Gundogan is experienced. He said, but we have Kevin De Bruyne. Julian Alvarez is stepping up. We signed Kovacic. I swear to God, that's what they said. I swear to God, that's what they said. But
that's
now,
why I'm calling
because
out the
they are
likes of
losing
Patrick.
games-
Sad. Mo. That's
Stop
why
it.
I'm calling out the likes of Patrick, because these are the people that said, "Oh, exactly what you just said right now." They're the opposite of what Hamza's saying, and that's why I have an issue with this fan base, because they are confused. They're confused if Pep could just do magic with anyone, or is it the players? They don't know, bro.
Also, Hamza, when are you going to start blaming your owners? Because you do that for other clubs. who
No,
spend
they
money
did
for it.
honor both players, guys. We
Oh,
cannot
no.
blame the
Give me a
owners,
triple.
people.
You're
They
seeing 13.
bought players,
And you're telling me
people.
to blame your owners. You're
Why
the guys that should
owners?
be blaming your owners. Shame on you.
No, no.
The squad is 13 and
He's
you're
gonna
telling me
shame
to
you
blame my
now
owners.
into
When I win a
disappearing.
trouble, well, I have some shame.
Like,
Okay,
let me do
you
this
have-
super
what
chat.
do you do? Blame your owners for sitting 12th and
I need
13
to
years in a
listen.
row. Have some
Blame your
shame.
owners. Blame
We
your
need.
owners
I
for
am not.
losing
I'm
games.
definitely. I am
What
definitely
is
not
it?
blaming the owners. Manchester City people
Have some
got
shame.
the defender. Manchester
No,
City got
I'm not.
Nunes,
No.
got Kovacic,
Oh,
got
shit.
Doku. No, come on.
No,
I'm
bro,
not blaming the owners.
No, I know.
I want to do the
Well,
super
I
chat
want
here.
shame.
Guys,
So
guys,
to
I
blame
want to do
your
the. I'm sorry. I want to do the super chats before people get upset. Hamza's 3 cents. Sad watching Shahid Mashaf Shaga. 100% he's watching that. Paul is saying, why is Hamza wearing a retro top like he's a supporter them of
Yeah, I've been there
Paul
since
Dicker?
brothers. There you
He
are.
supports
There you are.
them after the Aguero goal.
Yeah,
Hamza, we all know these retro websites.
Retrokits.com.
Retro
We can all get
kits.com.
retro kits right now. I can
Yeah.
go
Yeah,
get a Cantona one.
Buy me one. Go and buy me.
Faisal
I'm just
Ali
saying, don't
is-
pretend that you've always had that, okay?
No, I've had this for a long
Surfer
time.
right now can go get a Zola kit. I'll go get a Cantona
it?
kit. You know,
Yeah, I
my
don't
brother
know.
up there is gonna get a
Unless you're
Shearer
a fraud.
kit. You know,
Unless you've done it before, yeah, because I don't know. I don't believe that I knew. So you must have known that. I don't know that.
I'm just saying that's why you're wearing one. What do you mean that has to do with
Yeah,
you?
that
Because
prop.
I've never
That,
bought it.
I
I've had
need
it for
to
a long
do
time.
people.
Sorry.
Let me finish with.
Okay, you've
Faisal
owned
Ali
this
saying
kit for about
Arsenal,
20 years. Okay.
Arsenal will win.
Not like 10 years.
Arsenal will win the league. Hamza, clip this. Faisal is saying, Parsa is saying every year Hamza comes with a new baby names, baby Ake, baby Doko. Then they disappoint him. That they didn't disappoint him last year. They won a triple.
Mhm.
Then he abandons them like Pep dumps them into the bench.
Bro, he said baby Baresi. He said, what
I
did you
know.
call baby Aki? You called him baby Van Dyke? Is that what you called him or what you call him?
Yes.
Come
he
on,
did.
Hamza, have some shame. Wallah.
Listen, Kilkester is saying Walker needs to be benched, no leadership at all. I
Yep.
agree. He needs to be benched.
That's
Now,
true.
Will Stewart, it's for Hamza. Big up Will. He was here with me yesterday. He said, Hamza, I don't want any excuses. 1 win in 5. You are City. You talk trash on Spurs. On 1 win in 5, we played Royal and Dyer. Do you have that problem? Well. Ah.
And stop saying Ake's
1 win
baby
in
is under
5.
his
Did City
28.
win 1 win in 5?
Yeah. No,
Holy
No, it's
shit.
1 in
Yeah,
6,
one-
isn't it? It's 1 in 6.
We won many games.
It's 1 in 6.
We won
isn't it?
winning games before. Mo, tell him. Yeah, Nilo Palace saying Mo,
million.
tell him Barella's price 120 million pound.
No, you said you don't know. I saw you 60.
Pep
everyone-
is watching the show. Aya. Everyone is allowed an opinion, but this is a fact. Hamza knows very little about football. I don't think so. Respect Hamza. Guys, don't leave the stream. Stay on the stream. It's going to take you to Osam where he does his preview. And I'm going to switch gears now. Enough of Manchester City. When they win the next game, we're all going to be forgotten everything. We'll talk about Chelsea, how dire they were. You Winter Surfer, talk to me how bad Chelsea were today.
Good Lord. I was hoping that you would forget and we would just end the stream right there, Mo. We won today, but please don't let the scoreline fool you. That first half, and I've seen some crap this season, even for us, that was probably the worst half I've seen, even for us this season. There was like 11 strangers on the pitch, no patterns of play, no ideas, hardly any creation. Jackson walking offside like he's just been dumped into the ground for the first time, like he doesn't know where he is. It was just nothing good, and it was really strange. And the second half, it was a little bit better. Obviously, we scored a couple of goals. We were good for about 15, 20 minutes. That was it. But yeah, we were just dire today. Honestly, I don't know what he was. I don't know what the players are thinking. I don't know what ideas he's trying to put across, because it's not happening on the pitch. I mean, Palmer. Don't let the stats about Palmer fool you about a goal and an assist. Yeah, he got them, but as we were discussing backstage, his dribbling needs to improve because the way he is built, he's weak on the ball, so you can easily knock him off. Jackson again scored, but it was a tap in. And speaking about tap ins, Broha missed an open goal and somehow went wide. But yeah, Gallagher was. I was told Gallagher had a good game today. I'm just struggling to see where he had a good game today. Caicedo did well. But
Badiashile did well and Caicedo did well, to be honest. Special one.
Badiashile is a massive improvement
on everybody.
On
everyone.
He is the best. I think he's the best defender there, even with Thiago Silva. I think he's the best defender. But yeah, you can tell like there was no width from either left or right back because of centre backs. So there's no attacking input from there. And he left Nkuku on the bench. And then he said, we didn't bring him on because we needed him to recover a bit more. And why have him on the bench in the first place?
In case things got messy.
Right, but even though we were 2-0 up, it was sort of comfortable after we went 2-0. They weren't going to do anything. By the way, I know that game was started. Thank God that wasn't on a TV game. I know it was TV around the world, but in England, I struggled to watch that myself as a Chelsea fan. It was two really poor teams.
No, we had it here. We had it here in America.
I know, and I feel sorry for you, man.
That's why Staffy is the one to talk about it. Staffy didn't watch along for that. No, Staffy didn't choose the Crystal Palace City game and choose Chelsea to do.
No, I did too. I did both, and it was a snooze fest. I'm about to sue Peacock. Sorry, I'm about to sue USA for having that game. That was the live game. I'm about to sue them.
Sky usually do a 3 or 4 minute highlight package of each game after it finishes, and I'm struggling how they got 3 or 4 minutes of that game, really, because I don't know much highlights.
It was absolute garbage football. Like, to be honest, I was watching it. It was I had the 3 games on, and every time I'm looking at Chelsea, the quality was lacking from both teams. Staffy, talk to me.
If you didn't know who the teams were, you would have thought the blue team is Sheffield. You wouldn't be able to tell that's the difference. You know, both teams look alike. If I told you that if you're a neutral and you don't know who these teams are, I'd be like, name who's Sheffield, name who's Chelsea. You're like, I don't know, bro.
Staffy,
They both look the same.
Staffy, do you know what it reminds me of, Staffy? It reminded me of that you hire a manager 2 days before the game, after you fired the old manager, and he comes in, he just picks who he knows, like that, off the bat, and then he just go out there and play football. Just go and do
You know, sir, for that, now that you're saying that.
Yeah, Chelsea had 80% ball position, guys. They had 0.1
we had lower XG than him in the first half.
80% ball position, 0.1 XG in the first half. 0.1.
Yeah,
I really struggle.
How do you play football game at your home ground, have 80% ball position, you have 0.1 XG?
Where did they get the 0.1 from? I don't know where they got
it. It's nuts, bro.
You know what it is, Surfer? I struggle to see the investment that this club has done over the past 18 months when I watched the game today. And this is really not me bantering, because I know this is going to offend a lot of people and they're going to tell me, worry about your club. You haven't won anything for 10 years. Well, guess what? I'm still going to say it anyways. I watched the game today, and wallahi, Surfer, I struggled to see any quality, especially when you scored the goal. When Sterling was on the ball and he kind of looked at Gallagher, and Gallagher was in that little pocket where he wants to run into, and he kept waiting for him to move out of the way so he can dribble in there. And eventually he did do that and got the assist. Surfer, I'm not joking. It just looked like pro clubs. You know, in pro clubs, when you're not supposed to be there and you're just free, you're free at roaming it.
He's an AI player. Gallagher is an AI player.
That's what it looked like. And I'm looking at Gallagher. I'm like, can you move out of the way? Because I could see that he's like trying to dribble in there. Eventually he dribbles in there and he scores the goal. But even the goal, it's just like, it was the moment of quality between two players. Because I trust Sterling to run into and make the pass, so I'm just gonna hopefully get a tap. And he did that. That was
the first time someone had done that as well, that game.
The whole game. Exactly, that's the point, Surfer. Like you said, there's been zero patterns of play. You're not looking at this team and you're like, you know what? We've tried this a couple of times and we've gotten unlucky with a cross or a deflection or a block or whatever, but we'll do it again. There was actually no patterns of play. Every time Palmer got the ball or Sterling got the ball, it's like, what can they do individually? It's not, oh, let's do what we're drilled to do. Let's do what works for us best. Let's do what the managers told us to do. You actually have nothing on that pitch that looks like a cohesive unit.
That's why I hanker on it's Poch and the coaching thing. Because that is either practiced or it's not practiced, right? If it's practiced, then he should go right now. And if it's not practiced, he should go right now. Because I'm seeing others, I'm seeing Sean Dyche coach at Everton like that. I'm seeing the Fulham manager coach. I'm seeing, I'm just seeing other, I'm seeing Eddie Howe coach, stuff like that. And no one thinks of them as elite managers or elite coaches at the time. Do you know what I mean? I just need a proper coach. Do you know what I mean? Listen,
the way I rattle these fans, sorry, sir, the way I rattle these fans is actually insane. It just pisses them off so much. Listen, if you guys are watching me for the first time, I probably say worse about my team. So if you think this is fucked up from me, don't worry. I'll probably say worse tomorrow. There's nothing that's going to phase me tomorrow. I've seen 7-0. I'm a dead man. You can't kill someone who's already been dead. I have no pulse, bro.
But I'd rather hear. The problem is, it's like rival fans, as well as banter, are often more truthful than actual teams fans that support their own teams. Right? Yeah. Because they'll banter, but they'll actually tell you the truth as well. So just accept it, or else panels will be boring and for the same shit every time. Do you know what I mean?
They want me to sit quiet. So okay, there's no United segment today. What do you want me to do? All right. I'm gonna stay quiet. I'm gonna just show my face for an hour and then we can leave.
No, but listen, I don't know what this will help go towards, because I don't know if I can sit through games like this. Do you know what I mean? For the rest of the season, we've got Newcastle on Tuesday. I have no idea what team Newcastle are going to play, because I don't know if they're interested in the cup or not anymore. Do you know what I mean? Especially with their injuries and stuff. But whoever gets through that cup tie, there's a possibility they're going to play a championship team in the semi-finals. There's a pathway through to Wembley for either team. So I want us
Imagine
to really
if Chelsea win a trophy this year.
Holy
shit. Imagine if Chelsea walk away from the season with a cup. Imagine that. Like,
don't let's do it, and don't let your team not win anything.
But just to be honest, I want to have my say about this game. Chelsea, they look okay until the ball gets to the final third.
Yeah,
they pass the ball around, they get the ball to the wingers, they isolate Sterling or they isolate Modric. Now comes the real problem. Quality isn't there.
Yeah.
quality in terms of like making decisions, quality in terms of crossing. By the way, that goal you scored, the first one, was a hopeful cross. It was just whip it across, hoping someone will get a touch.
But that is the
Sterling-
right thing to do, Mo. Actually, when you
but
really think of
the
it,
thing about it,
because
that
they
you see
don't
the
do
other
anything.
team, they don't do anything. Yes.
No, but because they don't do anything, Mo. Listen, most teams, especially when City and Liverpool score, a lot of them are cutbacks. It's one of the few times they actually did a cutback, which is okay.
It wasn't
know
a
what you're saying.
cutback. It was
just
across the goal.
what
It was
cutback?
across the
You know what I
goal.
mean? Like a low-driven pass into the box.
Yes,
That's
yes.
what I'm saying. It's one of the few times they actually did that, which is why I don't have an issue with it if I was a Chelsea fan watching that, because it's not like you're doing anything else. Like you really can't score if you don't shoot. You can't score if you don't get to the goal.
Yeah, the
That is
problem is
one of the
they don't
few
shoot.
times.
Cole Palmer opens up in front of him. The guy doesn't want to shoot.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. It's one of the few, and I don't have an issue with it. Even if it was hopeful, you still put the ball in the right area.
But let's face
because
it,
you have
our
no other idea. What else
second-
is going on, bro?
Our second goal is down to their goalkeeper making a horrendous
Yeah.
mistake, right? Because I don't know what anyway, thankfully he did. But that's the only reason that Jackson got that tap in.
And they all stopped playing, Surfer.
But
I
it's
had
not.
the audio off because I was streaming, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's a foul. They're not gonna give it." And then I see the players celebrating. I was like, "Wait, so why did all the players stop?"
Because they thought it was a
Literally,
foul. It wasn't.
It's like the
So
controller disconnected for them. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah.
It's just a
I
funny goal.
actually have no idea, but I still think that this Chelsea, when Nkunku comes back, he might look a little bit better. They might look a little bit better. I'm not sure why Enzo didn't play today. It proves a point that
rested apparently.
he's
rested for
rested.
Tuesday.
Badiashile look all right. I don't know what Pochettino didn't play Malo Gusto at right back and played Disasi. I see no reason for you to play 4 center backs across the back line when you're playing Sheffield at home. There is no reason for that at all, but he did. So he's an absolute idiot for that. Chelsea playing Newcastle. It's a good segue to Newcastle. I don't know who's gonna play what, who's gonna win the game, but I think it's a trophy on the line for both teams, and they should both take it seriously, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Philip, your team won today against Fulham. I'm gonna tell you one thing. I don't think the red card was a red card, just in my opinion, because he got him with the body. But I see why they gave a red card. But your team today, Miley scored, 17 years old. The main thing I want to take up with this game is Fabian Schär is injured. Now you have Botman and Fabian Schär is injured, and Joelinton. More
Joelinton
injuries
as
for
well.
Newcastle. Yes, more injuries for Newcastle, and it looks like Fabian Schär tore his hamstring.
Yeah.
It looked like he tore his hamstring.
But
So
Botman came
he's
back.
going to be
Right?
out for a while.
Botman came back, yeah.
Botman came back. Right?
Yeah.
Botman came back, but yeah, that's another one that they can't catch a break. They cannot.
No. No, and I know that obviously as fans we banter each other in terms of not making excuses for injuries. I'm not putting excuses before the game or anything like that. Sometimes it's a factor. It is what it is. Like you've got how many injuries. So yeah, Sharp, Joelinton out as a result of injuries. The positive, obviously, we needed this win on the back of 3 defeats and obviously crashing out of the Champions League. We'll go back to winning ways. Obviously, Miley, our 17-year-old, open up the scoring, which was incredible for us. It looked more because obviously Fulham came on the back of 5 games. Yeah, but the last 2 games, obviously 5-0 wins and stuff like that. So they were very, very buoyant. And they came away with no goals at St. James's Park. So that was positive to see. 3 goals as well. Burns back, Botman's back, which is a positive. Obviously, Joelinton
And Burns scoring as well. That's a big deal.
And Burns scoring as well. So we're looking as aggressive. We're still looking aggressive, still looking strong. Isak wasn't even on the bench today. People are talking about possible groin injury situation. I'm hoping that it's just how playing mind games, and you'll see Isak starting against Chelsea. I'm hoping that'll be it. That's just a hope and belief, really. But in terms of the League Cup game, I don't want to talk too much about but I think even if we had most of our players fit, we'd still play our top number 1 team in that. I think the idea behind what the owners and what Eddie Howe are trying to do is to create a team, a squad that will compete at all 4 fronts, rather than a cup team or a Premier League team, is to create a squad or a team that's compete on all 4 fronts. So yeah, I think even if we had most of our players fit, they'll be playing. And the reality is that most of our players aren't fit. So the same team that you're seeing here today at Fulham, the one that ended the game rather than the one that started the game, will probably be playing against Chelsea.
Yeah, that's the same thing as when we went up to yours a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
This injury crisis, and he spanked us 4-1. So it's like
Yeah.
Is it at St. James's Park or is it as
it's at Stamford Bridge.
Is a
Like
Stamford
Stamford,
Bridge.
hang on, like playing at Stamford Bridge means anything these days. You know, it's like going to Old Trafford. No, sorry, Staffy, but you know, it's like that. Sorry, Staffy. I don't mean...
Bro, you can, as I said, you can't apologize to me. I'm already dead. Listen, nothing phases me anymore. Just say whatever you want, bro. Like I accepted my reality.
This is passive aggressive Staffy right now.
It is
mean,
what it
these-
is, Surfer.
these-
I'm more
So what
offended
is-
about my pro club's team than
What
Man
is
United. You
this
know?
Newcastle? Newcastle now is
That's
sitting
true.
6th in the league.
Yes.
4 points behind Spurs.
Yeah.
The same amount of games.
Yeah.
With these injuries, do you think you can make top 4? Now we know that the 5th place most likely will not get a team in England the Champions League.
Yes.
After what Man United and Newcastle did.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, guys.
So it has to be a top 4.
Yes.
How bad is it if you don't get top 4?
Well, in terms of financially, it won't be that bad because we spend our money well. But in terms of progress and in terms of what we finish, so my expectation before the season started is points wise between 65 to 81 points. Competitions to go deep in the domestic cup, semi-finals to finals, and to go through to the next stage in terms of the Champions League. Obviously, we didn't do that. So I'm still expecting, I think that most of the fans base are expecting for us to at least reach semi-final in terms of the League Cup and the FA Cup. In terms of the Champions League, a lot of people say that we were a year ahead, but I just think you achieve what you get. And so I think we're still on target for it. I'll only be disappointed if we did not perform to our best. And I think with injuries and everything taken into account, Newcastle are still performing to their best. We're still getting, with 13 players, 12 players, 11 players available, and sometimes the same 11 players playing for 4 or 5 games straight. We're still winning games, or we're still tight. We're not getting trounced in terms of when we are losing games. And so the League Cup game coming up is very, very important. If we get through to the semi-final and we've just obviously beaten Fulham, it says a lot. And obviously the transfer window is round the corner.
I'm about to ask you about that.
Yeah. Well, they're saying Calvin Phillips is already done, and that is going to happen very soon. I'm a bit surprised about that because we don't. Yeah, go on.
Only because I don't know if you read this the other day about the story about Lewis Hall. There was some confusion about whether, because he hasn't been getting a lot of minutes, obviously.
Yes.
That because I think it's an option to buy, right? It's not an obligation. I mean, it's an option to buy.
I always thought it was an obligation.
Or is it an obligation?
I always thought that's the only reason.
But I think there's a clause in. I don't know if I read this right. There might be a clause somewhere that could be stopped though. Still, but I'm just wondering whether, whether you're going to buy anyone, and would you be okay with if you didn't get Champions League but still finish in Europa League spot? Because I think you would do well in the Europa League next season. After the Europe this season, I think you'd have a real shot in Europa League to actually get back into the Champions League, or have that as a double way of getting into the Champions League the following season.
Yeah, it would always be around context. So if we, for instance, are 4th in the last month or so, and we give it up, and we end up being Europa League, you'll be very disappointed.
Yeah.
So, but if we finish and hope if we win a cup, for instance, or we get into the finals in those cups and we get Europa, then I think, it's still okay. It'll always be in terms of context. But I think we should definitely be fighting in terms of trying to get into the Champions League.
Yeah, I think that was it. Listen, people, this has been an absolutely cracking show. Thank you, Hamza, for being here. Guys, Hamza Talks Football in the description. Go give him a subscription. He's en route to 2K, guys. So give him a subscription. Toon Tactics, Philip's channel, is in the description. Great content always about Newcastle. If you're a Geordie, if you support Newcastle. Staffy TV, as always. Okay, Staffy TV subscription is a must for a couple of reasons. Just tomorrow's watch along only is something that you might not watch again. It's going to be once in your lifetime. Staffy TV tomorrow's watch along is going to be once in a lifetime.
Is he going to pull out? Is he injured or something? Or he's got gastroenteritis like his players?
I have never ducked a listen. I have never ducked a watch along. I have never ducked a show win, lose, or draw. I'm always here, Hamza.
Okay.
So don't ever accuse me of that.
Him versus Terry round 2 after the.
Listen. There's no need to talk about that because there was only one winner from that debate. We saw Bruno the next day miss a sitter in front of Bayern, and then we get eliminated. That's your captain. if you want to follow what Terry says about Bruno, so be it. You know, big up Terry, but that's one debate he's never gonna win, and it's not just because it's me; it's because most of us already know that Bruno ain't it.
Yeah.
You know, so if you want to be, you know, on Terry's side on that, that's fine. But yes, I will be there, Hamza. I don't pull sickies. I don't play the guitar or the piano or anything on stream as well. So I'm sorry if you think I was gonna play an instrument like Hamza did. But like Mo said, it's probably gonna be once in a lifetime. You know, if you missed the Bournemouth one, which was my highest ever viewed
No,
watch
this is
along.
gonna be something else.
By the way, Surfer was sending me videos that I was getting clipped by channels with like 50K subs and shit like that. You know, so I'm getting ready tomorrow. I'm gonna wear my best piece of clothing. I'm gonna, you know, apply some moisturizer or whatever so I could look pretty when I get clipped tomorrow because it's about to be insane tomorrow.
Yeah. And Casual EFC is in the description for Winter Surfer, of course, guys.
Yeah,
Give him a subscription.
Going live
of
in
course.
half an hour.
Yes, and guys, stay on this stream. It will take you to This Is Football, where Isam does his show with Winter Surfer. And thank you,
No,
everybody that
Flawless.
tuned in with
Flawless,
Flawless for the preview.
He's doing a preview with Flawless, and inshallah in an hour, he will be doing a preview on my channel. So right there, when he's done with Flawless, he's gonna come to my channel, and we're gonna have Griggs and Das. So the entertainment doesn't end here, like Mo said. Stay on this channel.
Griggs
Stay on
and
the
the
channel.
stash.
And let's
Griggs
end
and the stash.
with this one. We'll end with this.
European champions. I have drawn to Crystal Palace being 2-0 up. Am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? Am I... Yo! What's the point, man? Even I can't even take even the guitar cannot help me. Fuck, you know. Even the guitar, wallah, I can't even... Wallah, I can't even the guitar. Wallah, I can't believe it. I swear to God. Wallah, this is such embarrassing. Wallah, this is embarrassing. I can't take it now. I can't. No. No. How do you get a 2-0 lead? How? How?